What's poppin', people? Welcome back to Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. My name is Kaz.
This is Lowkey from New Jersey, Howard University graduate, host of Apple Music hit show, hip hop, R&B throwback, and creator, CEO, and founder of the Cheat Sheet on Apple Music.
Talk to him nice when you see him in the streets. My man Lowkey. We got Jake in the back handling business as always. What's going on, Jake?
Yeah.
Doing all right, doing all right. We got Eden Man in the station, audio, video, masked up, everything. Everything's very safe.
Keep calling that
over
man
here.
Eden. Keep calling that
Stop
man
calling
Eden.
him Eden, bro.
We were at the crib. I was like, Eden, can you get my... Kaz is like, his name is Eden.
His name is
bro.
Eden.
It's been about 5 weeks, too.
I know he's a little husky.
Yeah.
Don't call him Eden.
I'm bad with names. I'm sorry.
It's Eden. It's Eden.
I'm
man.
bad with names. As
always, you can subscribe to this podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts. Just type in Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey, whether that's Apple, Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever the hell you listen to your podcast, go to it.
Right.
And please leave comments, rate, subscribe, link, share.
Yes.
Do all you can. And of course, if you want the greatest experience of all, go to youtube.com/Kazim, where our good man Eden does all these great visuals and editorials and makes this show look great in this shop. We're back in Cliffside Park.
Back at the Lion's Den.
The Lion's Den.
Had a little self-care episode last time. Had to get centered and righteous with our souls. And shout out to Loon, man. Shout out to Loon for dropping the gems. It's coming through and putting things in perspective.
Yeah. Didn't know how much we needed that.
Oh, you never know. Done. You never know until you get it, bro.
You never know, man. You never know. Man, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week. I don't even want to. I'm trying my best to like keep it together because I know having back to back downers of episodes is definitely not what you want to do.
This is the aspect of podcasting that I have to get acquainted with.
Yeah, man.
Usually, like when things happen like this and situations happen in like a consistent pattern, I just shut the world out.
Right.
Sit in the crib, eat or just drink and smoke and just like kind of isolate myself. But because this is a platform that people come to and admire and respect, and, like to just get our energy, I have to get, a little bit more acquainted with picking myself up and making sure that, people who are going through situations or who have gone through what we're going through have a place to go to and be like, yo, you know what, if they get up and if they, have the energy to have conversations, uncomfortable conversations sometimes, then I guess we're serving our purpose.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, man, like even us just being aware of like it being hard, because there's a lot of people out there that like, they come to the show to listen or just like feel like, I know a lot of people, a lot of working class people listen to the show. They listen to the show during work hours or doing their job, doing that type of stuff. So a lot of times, it's good to hear that, we're human and like a lot of times it's hard to record the show too. And, I don't really, I try not to get choked up over like people passing away that I don't know personally. But I mean, I think it's just human, you know what I'm saying, to understand like why this is different and why, this significant event that happened since we last taped hit people so hard. Why it's really been hard to really do this type of show today.
I mean, I think, first and foremost, obviously, if you've not been aware or under a rock or whatever, or dealing with life yourself, Chadwick Boseman had passed stage 3 colon cancer earlier this weekend. And obviously we know him from James Brown movie, the Jackie Robinson movie, Black Panther, a bunch of other movies he's done as well. But, I think the significant part of this situation, one, it was a shocker, but the fact that he's been dealing with it for 4 years and has committed to these phenomenal roles and did not let up, even his personal team did not share one bit of the information. And he still went out and committed to these 16-hour filming days. He still went out and did promo. He still went out and just got the work done. And it's like, when you look at that and you look at situations that, you're in life and you may complain about and yo, it's so hard, and it's like, yo, I don't have the energy, and I'm just like mentally frustrated. Not to say you shouldn't be or you can't.
Yeah.
But when you think back to what this man has gone through since 2016, leading up to August 29th, it's just like, you really gotta, you don't have to. Like, I'm not saying, yo, you gotta tough through life and, you know, Chad did it, so you gotta do it. Not saying that at all, but you gotta just really put that in perspective about the drive and determination and the, you know, longevity and his legacy, what he wanted to leave. And, you know, it's just a respect and it's a hat tip. Obviously, rest in peace to Chad, and, you know, sending our love to his you know, his family and his friends. But that's the part that kind of just like hit me, like, 4 years and we didn't know nothing about it, and he still went out and Black Panther, like, he still went out and did
those are grueling sessions,
brutal,
man.
brutal.
And here's my thing, man. Like, so I don't want to, you know, I've seen a lot of people say certain things like, you know, I don't want people to turn Chadwick Boseman's situation into like inspiration porn, right? Where people are like,
or if you want, you can if you want,
and that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if there's anything 2020 has taught me, it's, you know, and so I already knew this, but like, it's really made me look at death so differently. You know what I mean? Like, I've already, you know, and this is probably gonna get super heavy again, which I was trying not to, but it is what it is. I mean, we here already. Yeah. It's death is like, in a way, it's almost like graduation. You know what I mean? Like,
break that down for me.
In a way that, granted, this is just heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first, I mean, I'm not going to call him the first black superhero, but he's definitely the most important. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a question. Like, a movie that I'd never even thought would be even possible 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not only was it possible, it's the most successful solo film in superhero history. You know what I mean? Like,
that was the first movie that I think Marvel had got.
First $1 billion movie from Marvel.
And the first Oscar nominated Marvel
and the
movie.
Oscar nominated, not even just not Oscar for graphics or design. Like, that shit was nominated for Best Picture, bro. Yeah, that shit was nominated for Best Picture. Yeah. And it's like, in a weird way, I don't want to come off not not being thoughtful of his life, because granted, he meant a lot to a lot of people. People of all ages, grown-ups, kids, like the symbolism of everything he did, all the roles he played. Yeah. In a way, man, and I've seen Lil Duval talk about this. When you know when you're going, like when you have like, when somebody like pretty much gives you like, hey,
this is it.
There's almost a small part of you, and I'm not gonna get there because I'm not there, and I don't think a lot of people are there. But like, I feel like there's so many ways you can deal with it, and the way Chad, you know, assumingly dealt with it was knowing that clock is ticking, and now you got to start thinking bigger. He always thought legacy. Everything I've seen with him, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like a running joke. It was like, yo, if there's somebody black important to play, Chadwick Boseman is playing him. Right. And gosh, like now everything. Like, I've been absolutely drowning myself in Chadwick Boseman content because I've always watched him so carefully. Because I always thought, like, man, like, granted, the first time I saw Black Panther, I felt a different sense of pride, but the pride that I had, I almost felt like was almost undeserved sometimes. I almost felt like I was hyping it too much. You know, like there was a small part of me that was like, oh man, all right, you know, people showing up to the theaters in dashikis and like doing all the extra stuff. But it's like the power to pull that off and knowing where his thought process was onto why that was important. Why throwing up the Wakanda salute everywhere was important. Why, like, you know, for us, I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I mean, it's a superhero movie. It's Marvel. It's the biggest company in the world when it comes to producing these type of flicks. I get you're gonna push it, but like, you could look it up. Like, I would make these running jokes on Twitter. I'm like, yo, it looks like y'all are exhausting this man because everywhere he goes, everywhere he goes, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like he knew that burden to bear. Like, and we we didn't even have. We knew that, like, if we knew what he was going through, it would overshadow all of that.
But it's also not our business to know what he's going through.
It's not anybody's business.
It's no one's business. And the way he carried himself, and the way he projected legacy, and the way he maneuvered through the jokes, maneuvered through the bullshit, and still didn't say
nothing.
Hey, yo, this is.
He's a better man than me, because
he's a better man than all of us.
We both have seen cancer like ravage people we love, like from beginning to end. It is not an easy thing to just be like, I'm just gonna eat it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, and we're talking about people who have seen it from like the outside. I would. You know what I mean? Like, even a small selfish part of me would be like, man, like, I need somebody to lean on, because I'm watching somebody I love go through that. So to see like even the people around him, and I don't even know if the people around him really know. And now we're getting like stories like, you know, Ryan Coogler penned an incredible, you know, tribute to him. He didn't know. Spike Lee directed his last movie, Five Bloods. He didn't know. Like, people that were like with this dude every single day had no idea he was going through this. So like that amount of strength. That amount of like,
let's just get it done. I think that's how he just looked at it. It's just, it's like, get it done.
As sad as this is, as sad as this death is, and as messed up as it's made me over the past couple of days, just for the future generations of like black kids and comic book fans and movie fans and just people that are just fans of just the human spirit. Like, as messed up as it is, I hope we all take something from this. Like, we hope to take from everything bad that happens in life, right? Like, this man was so dedicated to not just his craft, but like how people saw him. Like, he was Black Panther way after the movie was out. Like, he was doing dunk contests. He was going to see kids. He was going to see kids that was sick with the same thing he was sick with, and never mentioned the word. You know what I mean? Like,
it was one moment that really, and I don't know, like, to me, it just made me feel great to watch it do it. When he did the Jimmy Fallon show.
Yes.
And everybody was
Kimmel or Fallon?
Fallon. That was Fallon.
Fallon, right.
And everybody was talking to the poster, and like Howard grads and like kids with their sons. I mean, mothers with their sons, and people from Africa that were there. And it was just like him listening to it, and then him coming out. The response of them seeing him in the flesh, and their conversations with a poster, that just goes to show how much he meant to them, and like it, to me, because this guy's a Howard alumni.
Yeah,
and
I was about to say, man.
We're watching so many. I mean, we watched so many Howard alum come and do great things. Kamala Harris is just, you know, she's doing her thing, and then now, you know, this, but you know, it just, I don't know. It's just like, I haven't really sat with it, and it's like, you know, you look online, you see it, and 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 it's just like, you were talking about death and how it feels like a graduation. Like, honestly, you know, death for me, because I lost two very important people in my life over the last 6 months, like death, it's just like I'm numb. And it's not, this is not a thing where I'm trying to get everybody to feel like, oh my God, like I'm not going through anything. It's just like, when you lose someone like here, when and that chunk is taken away, it's like now you just got this force field around you of like nothing else can penetrate that kind of hurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When it comes
for
to
me,
that,
I'm not even.
No. I've been, because I've 1000% been there. Like, I've also, you know what I mean, like lost people that were right here to me in the past like 2 years specifically. And when it comes to that, you have that moment where you don't want to let too much in, just for your own well-being,
right? And
then as the years go by, you start to peel back a little bit of those layers, where you start thinking, you know what, man, like this, it's the one certainty in this entire life. We all going,
of course,
we all going. So now you start looking at death, and you try to look at death in very different ways. Well, like when it came to like Kobe's death this year, another death that really struck a lot of people. There was so much overwhelming sadness. There was so much overwhelming like just despair to that, because you saw what was
was about to happen.
What was coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, even all that he's accomplished, you could tell there was so much more for him because of how successful he was the minute he decided to shift his focus from the one thing he was passionate about to the next, which was storytelling and his daughters and the women's game, to make sure the women's game was at the, proper sort of height. So when his daughter was ready,
it'd be there.
There'd be true equality throughout the sports.
Right.
I truly believe that was his goal. And to see that kind of, I still think we'll get there eventually, but to see that kind of like ripped from us, to witness that was hard to see. But in this, and granted, I'm still sitting with it, there's a sense of legacy. There's a sense of knowing where your journey is, right? Like there's a sense of like, if somebody points to you, if you're running a race, right? You run before and you see the finish line, right? A lot of times, what are you going to do? Either speed up or you'll see it and be like, God, that's far. Right. You know what I mean? I feel like a guy like Chadwick saw his finish line and sped up. I was like, listen, I know when it comes to the arts, you know what I mean? Like he picked specific. I don't know if anybody's seen like the Kevin Hart documentary that was on Netflix.
Yes, I know.
And there was a part where he actually meets with Chadwick Boseman because
that was for the Uptown Saturday Night movie.
Yes, he's trying to pitch him on this. Like
he said he was there for. He wanted in on it.
Which I'm sure he was, but like there's a part where you see him talking about why he wanted Chadwick Boseman, right? Yeah. And the fact that like you can tell in his response, he's used to saying no a lot because he knows his purpose. Like he knows, like granted, I'm sure like he probably would have messed with the movie. I'm sure he has. But if just by looking at all the projects he did pick, you could tell every single one of those things were so intentional.
He said to the on the same length of that or the same line of that thought, he said the same kind of thing in the shop. When he was on that same kind of path. He was like, "Yep." I don't want to fuck up the quote, but just go back and watch that episode. To Kaz's point, he was saying that same that alignment of like, I know who I want to be. I know what I want this to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
all those clips hit differently now.
Very specific.
All those clips hit differently now because you watch it and you're like, "Yo, this is a guy who knows he's on the clock." And
that's
even
a blessing also to be able to. No, like just have the foresight, like, okay, this is coming to an end.
Yeah, but in a way, like, and I'm not, I'm not trying to like minimize anybody's experience at all. He's almost. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. So please, if anybody gets mad at this, don't take it the wrong way. There's a small part of him that I believe he's truly lucky for that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's truly lucky to be able, because there's so many people on this earth that you could show them whatever they want in the entire world and they'll still never either find their purpose, talk less of, go after it and make the shit matter. You know what I mean? Like he was so successful in such a short time. Like his life story is like a fucking movie. Like if somebody told me his life story, I wouldn't believe it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like regular nigga from goes to Howard University, can't afford to go to fucking acting class over the summer. Who ends up paying for his fucking school? Denzel Washington, right? Like he ends up doing like out the gate doing these iconic James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Black Panther, like all these just iconic movie roles. And mind you, all these don't really pick up until he gets his diagnosis. So like he's doing these roles, going through chemo. Anybody who has known somebody who has been through chemo knows how physically taxing it is for everybody involved, not just the person going through it, but like for everybody involved. So to even have like the heart to be like, I'm not even gonna put my pain out there. I'm not even gonna let people, you know what I mean, who are close to me really feel what I'm going through. And I saw a quote when somebody asked him like, yo, man, you look tired. And he said, yo, one day I'll live to tell the story. Right? Like I'll live to tell the story. Like he was so hopeful. Like he knew he was gonna beat this. And I feel like I could have sworn either he knew he was gonna tell people on his deathbed, or he was gonna become cancer free one day. But hey, man, listen, I've been fighting
for the last 4 years. I've been fighting stage 3 cancer.
Right.
And unfortunately, it just didn't come to that point. But it doesn't negate or take away from anything that he's done or anything he's accomplished or the type of mindset you have to deal with such an health ordeal.
Yeah.
Not mental, not even, but mentally and physically.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what else to even.
It's, you know what? I'll put it like this, man. And I don't want to talk too much about it because again, I don't want it to be a downer of a show. But this is just what we're going through. Like, this definitely affected Black people. Yeah. In a year that's affected Black people. Like, we are as Black men, you know what I mean, going through some unprecedented like unprecedented test to our mental strength. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to the virus, when it comes to Kobe Bryant, when it comes to, for the last, really, I mean, like with Trump, like from, you know what I mean? Like, it's been an unprecedented time of like testing our mettle mentally. So,
but like we always do, from slavery,
yeah,
to fucking now. Right now,
yeah.
We always rise up like the phoenix.
Yeah.
We always find ways to dig ourselves out of a hole that we didn't put ourselves in. Mm-hmm. And we always figure out a way to showcase our resilience, our magic, and our pride. And this is just another chapter in the role of African Americans all around the world that, you know, even though one of our greats or one of our beloveds have passed, or even though we're dealing with protests, and even though cops are still shooting us despite previous incidences, and even though our president is a very, very racist, one-sided individual, we still pull our bootstraps up. We still get up every morning and look for the greatness in what our lives can be perceived in. And, you know, us just coming here, and not to say this is compared to anything I just mentioned, but just us, it speaks to a testament. Like, yo, we got to do it. We got to get up. We got to talk. We got to have a conversation. We got to keep ourselves up. And I just told Kaz when I came, I'm like, yo, I don't got it. Like, I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not in the fucking mood.
We here though, man.
I'm just not in the fucking
here,
mood.
bro.
That's why we are who we are. You know, we pick each other up. We pat each other on the back. We slap each other in the face. Like, yo, get it together. Like, come on. Like, we got to do this. And that's what Black people are. Yeah. Come on, get up. Let's do it. Come on, we got this. Don't even worry about it. Here, drink some water. All right.
It's fucked up because I feel you on that so much. Yeah. But we're men, right?
Yeah,
like, we're adults. Yeah. Like, I've been thinking about, like, the past couple of days, I'm like, yo, can you imagine being a kid growing up in this era? Yeah. Being like, if I was me as like a 12-year-old growing up right now, like, think about all the loss you've had to deal with. If you have a kid, or you are a kid. If you're a kid, you probably should be listening to this podcast anyway, but appreciate the subscribe. If you are a kid, like, in the past couple of years, you've lost, and these are people who mean a lot to kids. You've lost Mac Miller. You've lost Nipsey Hussle. You've lost Kobe Bryant. You lost Juice WRLD. You lost Triple X. You lost the Black Panther. You've lost so many people that mean so much to, like, you lost Pop Smoke. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that, like, if you're a teenager, like, these are your icons. But in the same sense, I knew what it felt like to lose, like, Biggie and Pac and Aaliyah, you know what I mean, as a teenager. And on the flip side of things, with death, you kind of get to live forever. You kind of get that sort of iconic status as somebody you can always look up to, with either all their flaws, all their accomplishments, whatever it is. All the negative stuff doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, obviously,
if there was negative stuff.
I mean, obviously, you can't change the fact that when these people do go, Pop, Aaliyah, Kobe, Chad, you know, Mac, Nipsey, it sucks in the most suckiest ways not to see how revel these characters are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you would have thought Nipsey was just the greatest human being. And it pisses me off sometimes that they're not served those flowers
while they're alive.
Right. So it's like, now,
but we got
I get that. I get it. So now, like, when you look at people, when you work with people and you admire people, and it's like, fuck all that dick riding shit. Fuck all that, fuck all that shit. Like, we're losing people at an alarming rate. Mm-hmm. And it's becoming devastating, not only to us, but to the youth. And like,
what's the one thing we always wanted? We always want our generation to be better than us.
Yeah. So, I know jokes fly, and I know, we got to laugh and everything else, but there is nothing wrong with telling your mans. There's nothing wrong with telling your favorite artist, actor, actress, athlete, politician, whatever the case is. There's nothing wrong with saying, yo, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I fuck with what you do. You have gotten me through some hard times. You have made me realize that my life is valuable as well. There's nothing wrong with that. So please, all this like, yo, y'all niggas dick ride. Nah, bro.
Yo, to me, you can never give too much love, bro.
Let it ride,
You can
bro.
never give too much love. If there's anybody, like, people could tell you this about me, bro. Like, if I fuck with you, I will tell you every day.
Right.
I will tell you every day. I'm like, yo, I appreciate the fuck out of you, bro. Yo, thank you for that, man. Nah, that was
this
dope.
is not limited to people that you can't touch.
Yeah.
This is not limited to just those. We talking about people that I talk to every day, whether it be family members, whether it be your boss, whether it be a mentor. Like, these things have to get, projected, because again, we don't know who's dealing with what. Chad is a extreme example of not knowing who's got what on their shoulders, got what in their chest, got what with their health. We don't know none of that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So anyone listening and anyone that feels like they should be giving someone else their flowers, please give their flowers, because like that clock is ticking, and the way this world is working, like, today could be beautiful, tomorrow could be fucking hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you this, man. One last thing on Chadwick before we move on.
Yeah.
It's obviously devastating that we've lost such a talented performer, somebody who meant so much to so many people. But now, like I was saying before, he gets to live forever.
Yeah.
Like, now, like, anybody could wear that mask. Now he's put himself on such a short list of greatness that another generation of people behind him can look to and be like, that's the guy you want to be like. That's the dude. Like, he's God, like he's like Bruce Lee to us now. You know what I mean? Like, he's like that guy that was like, wow, like he was only here for so long, but like look at all this art he gave us. Look what he's done for like cultures. Like, I guarantee you, in the next 5 or 10 or 15 years, like, you will see his influence in so many, like, not like how many just important pieces of culture did this guy move or help to tell the story in the next, and just in the past 5 years alone.
Right.
Like, he has done so much. Like, job well done, bro.
That's
like,
it.
everybody's gonna go, man. If God comes down to me right now and be like, you can live for 80 years and be all right, or I'm gonna give you these last 5 years to change the world. And make no mistake about it, Black Panther changed the world. I don't want to sound too hyperbolic. I remember the feeling everybody had when that movie was come out. Right. I'm 100% purebred African, bro. First generation. Like, my mom and dad, like, fresh off the plane, like, no papers, one, like, immigrant parents, right? To this day, not before, not since, have I ever seen so many people. I'm talking about as a kid who was called an African booty scratcher. You know what I mean? Like, growing up, like, as a kid that nobody could pronounce my name. Nobody could say, you know what I mean? Like, Famuide, or, oh my God, that name's so weird. Or, why do you dress like that? Or all this type of shit. Like, never in my wildest dreams did I think people would connect to Africa the way that movie. And I get it. I know Wakanda is not a real place, but it was real to us. It was real to me. Like, you look at those scenes. Look at any West African who follows. I don't know, a lot of West Africans follow the show. Shout out to all y'all.
Gotham City wasn't real.
You could see, yeah, exactly. Gotham City wasn't real. But you can see elements of Nigeria. You can see elements of Yoruba tribe. You can see elements of Ghana, of any West African nation throughout that entire movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was home. Like, yeah, it's a little souped up. Yeah, it's a Jetsons version of Africa, but that's home, you know? And he did that. And he made sure, like, when it came to telling stories about the ancestors and what happens when you leave, and like, you know, everything was a little dramatized, or everything was a little souped up, but like that was it. And never in my life did I think people would be hyped to be Africans. You know what I mean? When I grew up, anybody who was in New York grew up, you either wanted to be a Jamaican or you wanted to be Puerto Rican. Right? That's because all the cool art that we came up with came from Jamaicans or Puerto Ricans. Right. That's what it was in New York. You know what I mean? Like, you was an African booty scratcher growing up. You know what I'm saying? And now, because of him, because of the art he put out in this world, you could look at Africans a different way. You can look at Africans regally. You know what I mean? You can look at Africans as superheroes. Right. You can look at them as super geniuses, super rich, super wealthy. Right. I was sick of watching fucking slave movies, dog. I was fucking sick of watching them shits. As soon as I hear them in the commercial, I'm like, nope, not fucking watching this shit. Because that's all we had growing up. They'll beat you over the head every single time they can to remind you, hey, you know you guys were slaves before, right? Every single fucking movie. Right. You ain't even getting a nomination.
I forgot
if somebody's not getting cracked with a whip. If somebody's not, you know what I mean? I had it, boss. No. And you look at the roles this man portrayed, when you know your purpose, there's power in that. When you know where you going, there's power in that. Like, when you got a GPS through life, there is power in that. There's so many times, the worst times of my entire life wasn't because shit was bad, because I wasn't making money, because I got laid off, because a girl wasn't fucking with me. The worst times of my life, and I'm sure you could attest to this, is when I had no direction, when I had no path, when I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing? What's next? What's the go? Know that. To know where you're going, to know where your purpose is, and to follow in that is beautiful.
I wouldn't call that necessarily the worst part, because when I didn't have direction, that just literally turned my GPS system on.
Okay.
When I knew I didn't know where the fuck I was going, that made me double down and be like, all right, nigga, there is no destination on your map right now.
Okay.
And then that made me dig deep, and it's like, why is there no destination? Like, we've been doing all this shit. Mm-hmm. Why don't we have a finish line? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that made me carve out my specific lane of like, okay, this is what we got to do, and this is where we got to go to do it. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That this is me. I'm not saying
right.
whoever. So when I felt like I didn't have a path, I was like, either you going to sink or you going to fucking swim. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about down on my last buck. I'm talking about shorty I was dealing with ain't fucking with me. I'm talking like my friends is distancing, like, because they looking at me like, yo, what what are you doing?
Yeah.
So when all that is just like over there and over there, you just sitting and it's a spotlight on you and you in the dark by yourself, then it's like, all right, nigga, either that light gonna shut off or you gonna turn on some more lights around you. Mm-hmm. So that's like, when I didn't have direction, that was like, nigga, get it together.
But you don't see how that can be related to probably how 99% of people deal with saying like, yo, you got 4 years to live.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You know what I mean? Like, I get that. You got stage 3 terminal cancer.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, my situation was way.
No, I get
what you're saying. Though.
I'm saying like, there is some people are blessed. Some people are blessed to know this is what you got on the table.
Right.
There is a blessing in knowing like, yo, this is where I gotta go. This is what I need. What is happening now? What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna shit or get off the pot?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's almost freeing. Like, you felt free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when there's nowhere else to go, when you don't know, when you're just like, well, this is where I'm taking me. This is where life's taking me.
Right.
It's almost freeing. It's like, all right, now like nothing could disappoint you.
Like, you can't go no further down.
Yeah,
I'm looking like, yo, all right, I'm already here. Like, there's no other way. The only further down I could go is in a fucking casket, and I wasn't even there mentally. So now it's like, all right, let's shoot the shit and go up.
Yeah,
and fight through, and let's get it done, and that's it. Like, that's when I knew, when I didn't have the GPS attached to me because I had no plan. I'm like, all right, we're fucked up.
Yeah,
let's make our map.
Yeah.
Let's figure out the stops we're gonna make. Let's figure out the people we're gonna take along with us.
And that's consistent too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't figure it out right at that moment.
No, not at all.
But like, you definitely get to points where you're just like, I mean, goddamn. I'll be honest. Like earlier this year, I was at that same point. Like pandemic, like Flagrant 2 fell off. You know what I mean? Like I fell off or whatever the fuck happened. Whatever the fuck happened. I wasn't going there no more. It's a lot of money I'm missing out on, right? Pandemic hit. You ain't traveling to no shows to do no gigs.
Yeah.
Sports canceled. Your show is canceled on SNY. Like fucking nothing's there for you. This fucking show in itself is the manifestation of knowing where when you've got nothing else. It clears the deck almost where you could see the fucking you could see the destination even better when all the trees are cut down.
And that's what I was saying. Like, and that's like, again, we're not comparing. Like, this is us like turning our GPS back on.
Yeah,
this is what me and him are talking about.
Yeah,
not Chad or whatever. This is
I mean, but at the same time,
no, it's correlated. It's correlated.
Yeah,
but this is us turning our GPS back on. So that's how the cheat sheet shit started, because I wasn't part of Trap Karaoke anymore. Do say Palooza pandemic, so we can't travel no more.
Yeah,
and I'm doing maybe like one show per week with Ebro.
Yeah.
Actually, at that point, I wasn't. I was doing playlists, which is like maybe once or twice a week. Right. So now, like, 3 streams of income are gone. So now I'm just in the crib, smoking my hookah, drinking my Jameson. I'm like, let me make a playlist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I have nothing else. I literally have nothing. And that turns into the cheat sheet. Then that turns into Verzuz. And that turns into other opportunities that now I'm blessed to have. That turns into all these situations. But my GPS battery was fucking off, and I had nowhere else to turn. So what me and Kaz are basically saying right now is, if your GPS battery is off and you don't have any direction, that's the part where he said it's freeing.
Yeah.
Now you can just go and flow and determine what you want your legacy and longevity to be, because I can tell you right now, when you're not busy, that's the best time for you to really figure out what the fuck your purpose is. And I hate to say this, but people can get this. The pandemic was a gift and a curse, because it let us sit the fuck down and realize what's important and what's not, whether it's health, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships, whether it's whatever the case, whatever's important to you, you got to sit down and really focus on. That's where I should be going. Yeah. And I got my creative juice back because I sat my dumb ass down.
Which I told you to do many times.
And which I didn't listen.
And my nigga, get out of Sahara. Come home.
Like, come on. And I said, I got a hookah at home. So like, I still kept half of that.
Bring the hookah home, but just stay home, bro.
But I had to sit down and really turn and put a new battery in my GPS. And now here we are, which led me to this. Yeah. Which has given me a new purpose in regards to speaking my personal experience and my personal journey, and also just shooting the shit and having fun and, bullshit and whatever. But it's a flip side to everything. So please, if your GPS battery is off, don't worry about it. Put a new battery in and see where it takes you. Yeah.
And just know that, like, everybody is going to come to the end of their journey one day. Everybody's going to have that moment.
You have to.
To take the time is money aspect one step further. From a population standpoint, or if you have money in your bank account, it only has value if it's finite.
Right.
If there's a set amount of it in circulation. So I kind of look at it as if you could live forever,
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to live forever.
Right.
If I had the opportunity to be immortal, I wouldn't want to, because I want my life to mean something.
Right.
And I also want to see what else is next. You know what I mean? Like, I truly believe, a guy like Chadwick Boseman, I truly believe he was brought here from the ancestors. I truly believe he came here to and I don't like to make things bigger than it is, whether it's entertainment and movies or whatever, but a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I can understand why people minimalize it, because so many people take those opportunities and are very selfish with them and do what's good for them and make sure they make a lot of money, and they don't really do much good with their talents. And you can't say that about Chadwick, right? You can say the guy took every single opportunity he had in front of a screen or on a stage to make something impactful. And not so many people can say that.
Right.
And I hope everybody who listens to this, who watches this, at least, you know, as sad as we are that we lost a true black hero, we could take something from this. We can take that one day we're all going to go, but before we do, we make sure we leave something. Yeah. We make sure, whether it's for our kids, whether it's for our friends, whether it's for the art that you dedicate your life to, whether it's whoever you care about, your wife, your girl, you make sure you leave something here that outlives you. And you'll never die. Mm-hmm. You will never die. Mm-hmm. Like, Kobe left so much. Nipsey left so much. Like, Chadwick Boseman, I mean, gosh, you already see it. In the hours that we found out that he was gone, there was like sort of a roller coaster of emotions because like it's been such a tragic year already. Everything's either been death or destruction or unfortunate circumstances, yada yada yada. So first thing you think, I'm like, God, what happened? Was it COVID? Was it an accident? Was it like, no, it was none of that. Like this year's been so fucked up. Hearing the way he went almost brought me a sense of calm. It almost brought me a sense of calm. I was just like, wow, like the nobility to be like, I don't even want to put my pain on people. I just want everybody to see me for my gifts. I just want everybody to see for what I was brought on this earth to do. And you don't even think about the cancer for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's like, what he did all this while going through that. Now you go back and appreciate his art even more. Even more. And that's how you leave a legacy. Like and not just leave a legacy for yourself. That legacy is so strong. You have done so much for so many young black kids, for people who enjoy the arts. You know what I mean? For anybody who has faced cancer, like the one disease that touches everybody, worse than COVID, worse than anything we've ever thought of. Cancer, I can't think of one person in my life that cancer hasn't touched in some way, shape, or form. And the way that man chose to fight it, he'll always have my undying admiration, man. What a legend. What a legend, man. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, dog. Rest in peace to him, bro. I still can't believe it, but I said we weren't gonna get heavy.
Yeah, I mean,
but we're here. We're here. I mean, hey, you never know when God calls, bro.
Right.
But you seize the day, and you take what you can get, man. You take what you can get. But let's switch subjects. Let's change it up. Then we got a Verzuz battle tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think we as a people,
this comes out what?
Need a good Verzuz battle tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah. So it comes out.
The Verzuz battle's tomorrow.
Verzuz battle's tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be tonight by the time it.
Yeah. So it's Monica and Brandy.
Monica and Brandy.
It's gonna be held at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's gonna be a Tyler Perry production.
Yeah.
I mean, like if they don't come out with the fucking.
Yeah. No. It's. I think it's a.
Wait, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, it's not even the song you're supposed to be singing.
Wait, what was the other one? What y'all niggas want? The life is.
Why are you singing that song?
You don't remember that one?
That was Nas.
That was Nas? Yeah. Shout out Nas. My fault.
What song are you singing?
Because I've never sung the girl version.
Nigga, that is the version we're supposed to be talking about. Why are you bringing up Nas and Prodigy?
I understand that, but do you ever like it's
the fuck?
You'll never like not know the female versions of songs just because you've been stuck with the men version.
Nigga, The Boy Is Mine is better than The Life Is Mine. What are you talking about? Yes.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, I'm just saying personally, like sometimes it's hard for me to.
I know The Boy Is Mine, like word for word. Like, yes, I know that version. And you should too. You're a music head. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What was the first words? I don't even remember.
No, it's fine.
You need to give it up. Had about enough.
If I heard
it's not hard to
right,
see.
like, nigga.
The boy is mine.
This nigga Wayne started singing Nas and Prodigy. Like,
I don't know the
what type of
words.
shit this nigga on today?
Yo, if they don't get Makai Pfeiffer in the room, it's null and void.
No, I heard there was gonna be a vibe. And I'm not, because I'd be paranoid about saying shit. That
Yeah. We don't even mention.
I just heard it was gonna be a vibe. I heard it was gonna be a vibe. I got told it was gonna be a vibe. But yeah, that goes down. The cheat sheet is out right now. 65 songs, 3.5 hours. So y'all can go relive some of the Brandy classics, Monica classics, and their new material as well. That serves the purpose. But the Verzuz is, I love it because I love this one specifically because we only had one female versus battle, if you want to call it.
Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. So which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was top 3 for me.
Yeah, definitely.
So I
smelled like shea butter and incense afterwards.
I had to sage the room and all that other shit. But I do like the fact that
did you buy Erykah Badu's pussy candles?
No.
You didn't buy her pussy candles?
I bought my candles from Home Goods. I don't.
How much are those pussy candles, Jake?
Is it her scent of pussy?
Yeah, I think she took
her pussy scent.
It was her pussy scent. And I don't know how you could smell a pussy from a candle, but like, I'm intrigued. Like,
if it's any indication of what she's done to past niggas she's dealt with, I do not need that pussy candle in my house.
Oh, it was pussy incense. My fault. It was candle. $50 for incense.
$50 for pussy incense?
I try it. I mean, think about it, right? Like,
$50 for pussy?
But here's the thing. The thing about $50 pussy and $50 pussy incense is that for $50, everyone could enjoy the incense.
No, but it's fat. No, see, all right, so like that's why you're not getting. Shut up. You're not getting the raw and detailed scent of Erykah's pussy because it's.
But how would you know?
It's factory manufactured. No, don't do that.
There's only a handful of people that could confirm.
So Jay Electronica. Andre 3000.
Common sense.
All right, so three y'all. If y'all are watching right now, sniff the pussy candle and let us know, is that the exact aroma that made y'all niggas go crazy?
How awkward is that combo though?
Is it a combo?
I mean, like, they had to have smelled it. Like, what if, like...
I'm sure they smelled it. They did a lot more than smell it, my nigga.
No, but I'm saying, like, no, I mean the incense. Okay.
Yeah, incense.
I'm saying, like, at what point do you walk in and be like, is that
bro, that pussy candle to them is triggering.
Yeah.
It takes them back to a part of their life they do not want to remember.
That's all sense, though. It's the strongest sense. It's the strongest sense tied to memory. If you smell something... No, well, yeah, I would guess in this sense, yeah, but sense, smell. Like, if I smell something, it initially triggers like a memory.
Yeah.
So, like, having like pussy incense is just like, damn, just get over me, bro.
Yeah, like when I smell In and Out, from LA, it takes me back to this girl I used to deal with in Los Angeles, and that wasn't a good time. I had to deal with it. But even though In and Out is trash. What's up, LA folks?
You really hate In and Out,
nigga? Come on.
Why do you hate In and Out?
In and Out is so dry. It's overrated. It's the fries.
Okay, overrated. I can get with.
Yeah,
but to hate it,
hating it overrated.
It's a solid burger.
Solid?
It's a solid burger and fries. What?
Five Guys is a solid burger.
Five Guys is
That's solid.
If anything,
let's
is
not
overrated.
say it's not. You know, it's
if
solid.
anything is overrated, it's Five Guys.
What? Nah, Shake
Shack is fire. Shake Shack is King Burger to me.
Eden, don't do that.
Shake Shack's not King Burger?
Don't do that. What the fuck is King Burger?
No, it's the King Burger. Like if we're doing burger rankings.
We're doing burger rankings.
Do we do burger rankings here?
We've never done it, should we?
We should rank some burgers. Pull up some burgers, some burger joints. And
all right, so we got Shake Shack, we got In and Out.
We'll get back to Verzuz in a little bit. This is much more important.
Yeah. We got Whataburger in Houston.
Whataburger, okay.
We got Umami Burger.
Umami Burger. Now,
wait, what's that?
Carl's Jr. What the
fuck is that?
Damn, you got a worse palate than Low, Carl's Jr. You never fuck with Carl's Jr.?
Because I like fucking chicken wings and French fries and steak.
You'll take a load of Roof's Chris and be like, yo, you got chicken finger.
First off, I only do that at seafood places. I know a good steakhouse. I see one.
Low has the palate of a toddler.
Are you all right? Let me ask the say lessers. Those are our fans.
You know they can't respond back to us.
Huh?
They can't respond back.
No,
to
I
us,
mean they can. I mean,
I guess we'll be asking Ed and then Jake.
Why is it a crime when you like what you like, whether it's women, music, food, or TV shows? Why is it such a fucking crime?
There's nothing wrong with liking what you like.
I get what happened when we were at the crib? What happened when we were at the crib?
Here's the thing.
No, you're gonna let me get this off.
Get your shit off.
What happened when we was at the crib, right? And I was watching TV, and I was watching Friends, and Sydney started fucking complaining because I was watching Friends.
Yes.
Why is it such a fucking problem when I like what I like? I love Martin, love Moesha, love the Wayans brothers, love Jamie Foxx, but I also like Friends. I like New Girl. Why is that? Why do I get chastised?
Well, for one, there's no black people on Friends. Friends is whack.
There was one person.
There was that one black person?
Yeah,
what was her name? What did she do?
The black lady that
that
was dating Ross.
Friends had a whole show in New York City and saw one black person the entire fucking 8 years it was on the air.
On Bleecker Street.
They saw 1,000 episodes. So what?
In the 90s.
Not even by accident?
That's one more than Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Were there any black folks in Seinfeld?
No, yeah.
Seinfeld got
niggas love that show.
Seinfeld got street credit though.
Get the fuck out. Why? Because One Lane made an album with him?
Yes. Yeah. Like that's
shout out to Lauren. I wasn't a dig at you, brother.
But the hood fuck with Seinfeld.
Yeah. I mean, I fuck with Seinfeld. I caught Seinfeld late. That's why. But I do fuck
the
with
hood fuck with Seinfeld. Friends, not so much.
I just like Friends because it's fucking stupid. It's like silly as shit. Like, you know, my humor is very fucking silly. It's like Ross and Rachel were on a fucking break. That conversation gets people riled up on Twitter.
Oh
That
gosh!
like 10 seasons.
What they should have. But all right, so back to burger rankings.
Back to
okay,
burger,
all right. So Carl's Jr. was whack, and I did say your palate is trash because we go to
Nigga, when we go to restaurants, I get, look, don't do me like that. Like, seriously. Okay, yeah, maybe on a regular night I'll get chicken wings and french fries or, a Dunkin' Donuts croissant sandwich. Yeah. Cool, fine. But when we go out, nigga, you've been on the road with me.
I have.
When I get the asparagus with a ribeye. Like, come on, bro. Don't do me like that.
All right. But there's been lots of times where you have gotten something you could rather get on McDonald's, like a Happy Meal, like at a fine dining establishment.
I'm just very, very simplistic.
You're a simple man,
I'm a simple man. Yeah. I know the things that make me smile, make my heart cheer. And when it comes to food, I know those certain things that I just, because I don't want to waste my money. Yeah, I don't want to be disappointed because when I'm disappointed, I turn into a fucking. But
that's the joy of going to restaurants.
No, it's not the joy of wasting your money when you don't like what you eat.
You try new things. You experience like, I had this quail sandwich the other day. I didn't even know I liked quail, but I guess I'll go get it when I go. That's the point.
Imagine me going to a restaurant and I see quail and I say, "Let's try that."
Yes.
Get the fuck out of my face.
The thing you do when you go to a good restaurant, you ask the waiter, "What are the specials?"
Yeah.
What are the specials? Because it lets you know, like, yo, man, I know all this shit in the menu is cool, but we've been trying some shit back here, and I think you should try it. So it's like, all right.
I will say that. Okay, to that point, when I'm with a lady, I will say, yo, what are the specials, sir? What the fuck y'all cooking back there? But when I'm with my niggas,
chicken fingers,
ribs, maybe bolognese pasta, if they got it.
Bolognese.
Exactly.
Did you say bolognese?
I said bolognese. I didn't say bolognese.
Bolognese.
I said bolognese or bolognese.
Didn't Drake teach you how to pronounce it right? Spaghetti bolognese from the Polo Lounge. Me and Monique got it. No,
we're not talking about Drake anymore.
Oh God, yeah, we can't do that again.
Not doing that again.
See, even us saying this, maybe we're like, never mind. Anyway, burger rankings.
Five Guys, Shake Shack, Whataburger.
Whataburger's not better than Shake Shack.
Yes, it is.
Whataburger's not better than Shake Shack.
I said Five Guys, Shake Shack, then Whataburger. I said Whataburger after Shake Shack.
All right,
Five Guys, Shake Shack, Whataburger.
Five Guys is too sloppy for me, bro.
That's a burger. That's a burger.
They don't do it with no love. Like, they put it in aluminum foil.
That's love.
Soggy by the time you get it. Like
That's a burger. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's a burger.
Come on. Listen.
Shake Shack top.
Nigga, Kaz want his burger
I like
wrapped
the
up in a
presentation.
fucking bow.
Yes,
Here's your burger,
listen to this.
Kaz.
If the burger
Fuck
don't
outta
look
here.
anything like fucking the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob SquarePants, I'm not fucking with it.
Bro, I need the cheese oozing out the side. I need the lettuce all nice and wet and sloppy. I need to see that bacon creeping out the bun.
Yes.
I need the meat to be stacked, and I need my fries to be messy as fuck. That's a man's meal.
That's a nigga's meal. A man's meal. Not like, yo, the burger, like the most juiciest looking burger I've ever seen.
Right.
Is the Krabby Patty on SpongeBob. Like anytime I watch SpongeBob SquarePants, anytime I watch SpongeBob, I'm like, damn, I want a burger right now. You know, like the buns is got to be nice and full. The lettuce got to be like fresh off the head of one. Just slap it in there. Don't chop it. Don't do nothing to it. I want you to be able. I want to be able to take that piece of lettuce and put it right back on the lettuce head. That's how much lettuce I want my shit. I want my tomato to be juicy and thick, and I need my meat to be nice and cooked to perfection. Okay. Temperature.
You don't even know.
Medium well. Medium well done.
Kaz.
I could
Medium
burn
rare.
I could medium rare burger. That's some white people shit.
Fuck.
You eat medium rare burgers?
Medium to medium rare.
Medium rare?
No.
Burgers? You tripping, dog. You want that side of E. coli with your burger.
Nah, that nigga want that cow to be living in his fucking bun.
If you order any burger from a restaurant and ask for a medium, they'll give it to you medium well. So
I'm cool with that.
You gotta order it down.
I'll do medium, but medium rare?
I don't want my shit mooing when it comes to my plate.
Bro,
I order medium rare, so they cook it at medium.
So they ask for medium.
But then they cook it medium well. I'm saying they always overcook.
Oh, so it's a mind game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a mind
No, I
game.
mean I could do a medium. I could do a medium to medium rare steak.
Yes.
A steak, I could do that.
Yeah, who's eating?
I do medium steak.
You want overcooked steak?
That's
No,
medium
no,
well.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
medium to
well.
medium well, a medium rare. I could do on a steak.
I'll do medium. My father loves his steak like pink, and I'm like, bro. First off, you're over 60. Stop that shit.
Yeah.
But he loves his shit pink. And it's like,
Nah, there's something about like eating like a bloody steak that makes me feel like one with nature again. Like sometimes,
are you gladiator?
yes,
Relax.
yes. Like sometimes
you put paint
I
on
want
your
that
eyes
shit
before
to
you go to the
juice.
steakhouse.
Yes, like sometimes, like there's just I don't know what it is. Like I guess that's the caveman in me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's something about biting into a steak and like feeling like you're death. Death is in my mouth.
Yeah,
That's
nigga.
how I know I'm
If
never
you
gonna
eat
be
it
vegan.
uncooked, yeah, death will be in your mouth. What the fuck is you talking about?
This is how I know I could never be vegan, yo. I could never like I've gone on vegan binges. Like I've done it for like I did it when I was in San Francisco doing the Marshawn Lynch show.
Yeah.
I went vegan for about like a month and a half.
What does that even mean? Like you just eating lettuce and shit?
Basically, but like it was the Bay, so like they had mad, vegan spots. So like they'll take anything you like and turn that shit to vegan, bro.
I was there.
Like you like jambalaya? We about to make some plant-based sausage shrimp. Mold that shit into a shape and you'll like it and you'll bite it and for the first 5 seconds you'll be like, wow, tastes just like sausage, and then
Bro, there was a time, there was a point in my life when we was like touring heavy.
Yeah.
Bro, I was eating steak once a week.
Yo,
Oh, the best time of my life.
if anybody knows
Hillstone Steakhouse, Hawaiian ribeye with a loaded baked potato and an old fashioned with cream spinach. My nigga, I was feeling like a king.
if anybody knows me and
Shit.
Lo's relationship, everybody knows I call this nigga a medical marvel because I don't know how the fuck
Yeah, I don't get it either.
look at Lo. Lo's pretty slim dude, decent shape, you know what I mean? Like not a single beer belly on him, you know what I mean? Like if
I had to, but I will say this: I had to cut beer out of my diet because that shit was starting to show.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, like you and Cam were like, nigga, you
you
pregnant?
gotta chill.
Like, what the fuck you doing? I was like, all right, okay. Like,
There was a time-
I cut the beer. I was like, we
There
gotta
was
stop.
Mic drop.
Oh, that was my headphones. Sorry. Ah, shit. Sorry.
You carry the case?
Live show, guys. Well, I was on the call before, so I usually
okay,
get.
yeah.
Anyway, I call Lo a medical marvel because there was a point where this motherfucker was smoking hookah nonstop,
Still do.
drinking brown nonstop, eating full fucking cows every day. Every day.
I cut 1/3 of that out.
I would drink you under the table and will last longer than you at any party. Like, he'd still go. Like, yeah, where's the next spot? I'm like, nigga, home. How are you still up? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what are you made of? Like, how do you?
I've cut those regiments out of my.
Yeah, you're living a much healthier lifestyle.
Yeah,
but holy hell.
Oh my God. Yo, tour life?
I'm like, yo,
tour life? Like, when we was on tour, like, I'd go eat before the show, and like, we would go eat before the show, and I'd just like throw down a steak, this, that, and the third, then go to the party and toss back a bottle of Douce or whatever the fuck we was doing.
All of us had at least everybody took at least one bottle to the face.
And then after the party, go to a hookah lounge and then continue to drink
another
more,
after party.
or another after party, and then make the flight at like 6, 7 in the morning. So yeah, I was personally, I was living.
You was living wild.
I was living wild back in like 17, 18.
At one point, I was like, "Yo, Lo, I'm gonna sneak some lettuce into your diet."
Even like Sydney was like, "Yo, after your birthday, like we're going on a detox."
Yeah,
she's like, "That's it. Like enough is enough."
You need to. She cares about you.
Yeah, I get it.
She cares about.
She's like,
"Yo, can I tell you something?
That's a good question.
Can I tell you something?
Can
I tell you something? I don't.
You never know?
I don't even know anymore. I can't tell you the last time I was like, "Yo, I'm smelling." Like I don't know if my tolerance has like reached like the final boss or something.
You know what it is?
But
I think you've cut back.
I cut back
immensely. You've cut back immensely. So when you recognize it, it's just like, what is this?
Well, like I don't even feel it no more. I'm just like
I recognize it when I'm getting emotional.
Yeah.
Either like with you or in text or something, I'm getting emotional.
I know when the speech is coming, I'm like, Lowe's at that point.
Like I'm there. Or when, like, perfect example. I'll be at Sahara, like, be like me, Nat, like Rich or whatever. I'm drinking, we drinking. You know, like they always toss us shots and shit. Yep. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just like sit up. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas hot?
I'm like, yo, guys, I just want to say something, real quick. Real quick.
But it's like, that's my tell-all.
So my niggas, I love y'all. Right. I want this, I want that.
Bro, that is my...
Lo, do you have to host every toast?
Everything.
You have to host every toast like we're at Palooza, bro.
that is my but that is my tell-all. When I take my hat off, I'm like, y'all not hot? Like, no, nigga, it's 40 degrees outside. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm like, every friend needs a friend like Drunk Lo, though. Like Drunk Lo, man, who needs Tony Robbins? when you got Drunk Lo hyping you up in the background, so I'm like, hey man, I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah,
my nigga Kaz, he be out here working and shit.
I haven't hit one of those. I haven't hit one of those drunk speeches in a long. It's gonna happen this week.
I'm
gonna be giving y'all niggas speeches on my birthday.
Oh yeah, you know your birthday is coming up soon.
Yeah, wherever we are, I'm gonna give somebody a speech like. Listen,
I just want to tell y'all niggas real quick.
You've been through so much.
I want to tell y'all, everybody, man. Once you get the point, it was like, yo.
When I start pointing at Rory. When I start pointing at niggas be like, yo, bro, let us talk to you. Let us give you praise. It's September 3rd, and I'm just like, you have been here. It's like, nigga, shut up.
Oh, but everybody has that friend. What kind of drunk am I?
Oh, okay. What kind
of? It's been a minute since I've been like.
It's been a minute. What kind of drunk is Kaz?
Big smack. You're a very quiet drunk. I'm a quiet drunk.
He is.
I'm a quiet drunk.
Kaz is like. Kaz just sits.
Because you know why?
Kaz is that person where his girl, like when your girl texts you, we need to talk. That's the drunk Kaz is. Kaz is like.
Fuck. But you know what's going through my head? Whenever I'm drunk and I sit there and I get quiet, because I'm planning my escape. Every time.
You do it very well, too.
Once I'm Smack City, I'm just like,
how's this going to happen?
All right.
Lowe's right
three
there.
people at the door. I turn into the fucking T-1000 from the Terminator. Like, everything goes red. It's like... There's
He's
four
like,
people
all right,
at
he's
the
like,
door.
Lowe's right there. Cam's over there.
I'll take 2 more shots. That's coming. All right, the
cool.
Cam's coming with a round of shots. We take 1 shot right here. I got about 60 minutes to get home if I drive. And the numbers are coming down. People are getting analyzed. Like, Ray has 6 shots in her. Cameras, and I'm just like, fuck.
Like that meme where the madness pops.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going through my head. I'm calculating what's it gonna take for me to enjoy the rest of this night and get home safely. So I'm
Bro,
just
you know, 2 of the best drunks I've ever been around. 2 of the best drunks. One is Cam. Cam is one of the best.
Cam
drunks.
is.
Bro.
You know why Cam's a great drunk? Because Cam never stops buying drunk. No, he never. His goal. Once Cam is drunk, his goal is to get everyone around him
that level or higher.
at his level or higher,
Bro,
yo.
and Cam's tolerance, which I got my tolerance
And then
for.
he'll come up to you with your straw.
Snatch the straw. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to fight Cam because he's taken my hat and thrown it across the room. Like,
Hey, bro.
literally.
Hey, bro, you don't need this. Just like, what's that?
He'll do it, he'll do it in front of women.
Like,
He'll do it in front of women with a smirk. Bro, nice haircut. It's been a week since I had one. And the other person is Della.
Della. Shout out Della. Man. It was his birthday this week.
Yeah, his birthday's past week.
Shout out
Happy
Della.
birthday.
We're talking about people that like, well, fuck it. If you listen to this podcast, you know our friends.
Yeah, you know our
goddamn
friends.
it.
Della,
the
you know, he
people.
lives in LA now. Cam and Della live in LA right now.
Yeah.
Della is the epitome of everything is fine.
Yeah.
And it smiles. It smiles throughout the entire night.
I'm gonna tell you.
No. Everything's fine.
Let me tell you something. Nobody knows this about Della except for me, and I think I'm the only one who knows this. You know Della is drunk when his nose starts to sweat.
I thought it was just me. I'm like, I thought it was an African thing. I'm like, yo, what? Every fucking time.
Yo. Why do people's noses sweat when they get drunk?
One time I almost went up to him with a napkin. I'm like, yo, come here. Like, let me just come here. Let me dab that real quick.
It's
Bro,
like
I thought I was the only one.
All the sweat that I feel like, and most people know people who like get sweaty noses.
Get the
when they're
sweats
drunk.
or get the sweats, period.
Yeah, they just get the sweats. It's like all the sweat that was supposed to come down from the forehead just accumulates
drops right
in
here.
the nose. And then
I'm like, nigga, were you running a marathon? Where are you coming from? Like, I've been sitting next to you for the last 30 minutes. Why are you sweating profusely? I never understood it, but I always would see Della. I'm like, oh, this nigga's drunk.
oh my gosh,
this is nigga's drunk.
Gosh, it's been a minute since I've gotten like super duper smacked, bro.
I can't remember the last time I was like,
what's
OD.
the worst drunk you ever got?
The worst drunk I ever got was, this is a funny story. It was me, Niles, Della. This is actually, I think this is the first time I met Della.
Okay.
We were at, remember Providence on 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Providence,
so somebody's birthday. And they bought plenty of bottles. Like, it was crazy, whatever. I had to drive Niles to the airport at like 2-3 in the morning.
Okay.
And we're on the turnpike and we get into the Lincoln Tunnel and I'm like, yo, I have to throw up. I have to throw up.
Okay.
Bro, we open that door. I think we're in the Lincoln Tunnel as we're driving. Bro, I just let that shit all out.
Oh.
So I drop him off at Lincoln Tunnel, or I drop him off at Newark Airport.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the Newark Airport parking lot for 6 hours. Bro.
Did you make her flight?
No, I had to drop Niles off.
Oh, so you just fell asleep at the...
Fell asleep at the airport in the
damn.
parking lot. Bro, that parking ticket...
What did you drink?
Everything.
There was no star of the show?
Nigga, from Grey Goose.
It was an ensemble cast?
From Grey Goose to Cristal to Hennessy.
Cristal?
It was somebody's birthday.
I was about to say, was this 1999? I don't even know motherfuckers.
Nah, it was some kind of champagne. I don't know why Cristal came to mind, but it was some kind of champagne. So it was vodka, champagne, whiskey, and cognac.
Jesus.
Just tossing them shits back. And this is like early industry days where I have no money.
Right.
So I'm snatching everything up that I see.
Right.
Bro.
Damn. Early industry days was fun, bro.
Oh my God. That was the worst.
Every bar was open. What's up?
That's how I know I'm drunk, when I can't taste, when it's just
yeah.
water.
When it's like, when I can't taste it, it's like, it's over.
Oh, yeah. I'm
You're
on
gonna-
the clock.
You're going to die.
Once I take that one shot and it goes down too easily and I've already had several, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to end bad.
Oh, remember the story?
Well, I was about to say, what happened?
Remember the Howard story?
Howard, which one?
We were at Howard Theater.
Can you remind me?
You know the curtain story.
Oh God. Oh God. Gosh,
I think that might be the worst one.
You're a changed man now, Lo. So
I'm very changed. I'm very
for the
changed.
sake of those who might be listening, I'm not going to share that story. Of yours.
I think that's my worst.
That's the worst. Okay,
Because Cam sent me home.
You're the first and only person who's been dismissed mid-palooza. Like,
no, fuck that. I'm telling that story. That's a story.
I'm trying to say, all right, go ahead, tell the story.
Like that was like what?
The statute of limitations is passed.
Yeah, that was Henny Palooza. I wouldn't even do say Palooza.
Yeah.
So, all right.
You sure you want to tell the story?
No, like it's not a bad. I'm not gonna mention no names. And
all right, go ahead.
So it's Howard Homecoming. That's when we do the Paloozas, and at the time I was
important Palooza too. Anytime we go to Howard,
yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, big show.
So if anyone who's been to Howard Homecoming, Yard Fest and Tailgate are a big thing during Homecoming weekend. So we went to Tailgate. The party was at like I think 8.
Yes,
8 o'clock. So tailgate was like tailgate was like 2 to like 9 or whatever the case is.
Right.
So we're at tailgate. We're turning up. We're drinking vodka. Boom, boom, boom. So we had to be at the venue at 7 o'clock. So we get there around 7:30. Start the party. I continue to drink. So I'm just on the mic, just slurring and just sloppy as fuck. And I had to Cam publicly. I want to apologize to you for this shit. So, young lady, I was talking to at the time was there, and one thing led to another. I had got her on stage.
Oh God!
So I take her behind the curtain, and we start like making out and just doing this, that, and the third. And Benner and Cam are like, "Yo, where's Lo?"
Mind you, this is the middle of a party. Anybody who's been to a Palooza, right?
The height of the party.
There was ebbs and flows to the show. And once it gets to a certain central peak, it's the time that we need this man the most. let me just preface that by saying like the party was at its peak. We needed somebody to move the crowd, and
I'm nowhere to be found.
The crowd mover was nowhere to be found.
So I'm behind. Like if you've ever been to Howard Theater in Washington D.C., the stage is blanketed with curtains, so it's like it's like it goes around like that. Right. It's like a U shape.
Right.
So Benner, our general manager, and Cam, the founder, they're like, "Yo, where's Lo? Where's Lo? Where's Lo?" Benner just happens to come on stage and is like, "Yo, why is the curtain moving?"
Oh God!
So like the curtains are, the entry point is hard to find. So he's just doing all this. So he finally gets in and sees me in the back going to work. Me and the girl are just like all over each other. So Benner's like, "Lo, what the fuck?" So I get my shit together. I come on stage. I got the mic. The mic is in my back pocket.
You were inside?
No, I wasn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was getting to that point.
Okay.
It didn't reach that point.
All right. I was about to say. I was like,
I wasn't doing that. No.
It was okay.
It was getting to that point. So
were things falling out? Like, were you like?
I had to she had to pull her shit up, and I had to pull mine. Yeah, whatever.
So I've only heard this story, by the way. I didn't see it. I must have been somewhere else.
You were somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we get on. I got mics in my back pocket. I'm like, "Yo, niggas, we out here, but we out of Hennessy, bro." Niggas ran
stumbling around the stairs like,
this is how
we out of Hennessy,
but we still rocking our homecoming at Palooza, bro.
Like,
niggas
is this man okay?
Niggas approached Cam like, "Yo, nigga, ain't no more Hennessy." I'm like, nigga, the party just started. Everybody was so flabbergasted, like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Nigga, Cam comes up to me. He was like, "Go the fuck home." Bro, I've never seen Cam so mad at me a day in my life. He was like, he took the mic out of my hand. He was like, "Go the fuck home. Like, you're not doing this. You're not hosting right now. Like, go the fuck home." Bro, I go home. Me and her go home.
Was it worth it?
Yes, it was.
Sometimes
it is worth it, bro.
Oh my god!
But from that point on,
bro.
I've never been like that. I was gone. I mean, and it was homecoming, so like it was like 1 hour.
You felt
I think
like
it was
home court.
I had home court advantage. Yeah. So I was like, let me do my thing, and I kind of just took it a little too far.
A little too far, just a little.
But yeah, like Cam woke me up the next day. Like we had our talk. He was like, bro, like you can't do that. Like this is, I understand. Like this is new. We're getting into our groove, but it's like, bro, you cannot be that irresponsible.
This is the early days.
The early days.
This is the early like, wow, this many people coming to see us. Wow.
Yeah, like. But then you know we made up. We had our we dapped each other up, and then we went to stadium.
Yes, damn stadium, good times.
Yeah. So that was the most I've ever been drunk.
Man.
And that was like 5-6 years ago. So
most I've ever been drunk?
Yeah, it was the most you ever been drunk.
Oh God, I remember this vividly. My freshman year in college, I was on the basketball team at this point, right? And it was maybe my second weekend on campus. I wasn't really a heavy drinker. I didn't drink a lot.
Right.
When I say a lot, I didn't really drink at all at this point, right? But it's freshman year. You're surrounded by co-eds. You're on the basketball team. You're around all the freshmen. You know what I mean? Like you
want to
feel
turn
like
up and have a good time.
you're the man.
Feeling yourself.
Feeling myself. So at the time, I'm still 18. So you only drink what you can get. Right. You're not really particular. You're just like, oh, you got an ID. You got something. You can pull something. Let's get it. What did my friends happen to get that night? 2 bottles of E&J.
Oh.
Irk and Jerk. Right?
That is the college kryptonite drink.
So.
Like, explicitly.
I forgot what game we were playing, but it took multiple shots.
Of E&J.
Of E&J. Multiple shots. I'm talking, we're approaching close to double digits here. Like, our thing was, oh, well, we got to finish the bottle, right?
Yeah.
Don't finish the bottle. All I know from one dorm to being on the pavement.
Oh, you told me the story.
My parking lot. I was so tired and so drunk. I just sat on the parking lot like pavement, and then I ended up just laying down. Luckily,
on the pavement.
On the pavement, it was like the parking lot. There was a dorm here. There was a walk, like there was like freshman dorms, and like the athletes stayed on like one side of campus where like everybody, because it was near the gym and like whatever, so like we all kind of stayed there, right? Nobody had cars, but like if you were on the team or you were upperclassmen, you could like park in a certain place. So I was passed out in that parking lot. My 2 seniors, like one of them who was like legitimately like in charge of me, sees me.
You're a freshman at this time.
I'm a freshman at this time. Sees me wiped out on the pavement. He picks me up.
Jesus Christ.
Puts me on the shoulder. He's like 6'8", big dude. Walks me to my dorm. And mind you, my dorm is street level. So he lifts up the window, throws me through the window, and I just pass out there for like the
did you even like ball your shirt up on the pavement and use it as a pillow?
No, I was just knocked out.
You savagely just laid on the pavement?
Laid there. I was 18 years old. And I had thrown up more than I've ever thrown up in my entire life. Christ. To this day, if I smell E&J, I'll throw up. Like, not even bullshit. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't think the blackout drunk thing is
it's not cool.
It's not cool.
It was never cool. I don't know why we. Cool. I don't know why we thought that was fun.
Because you want to prove. You want to prove to the people around you. Because usually 9 times out of 10, when you're a younger drinker, there are people that are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Or and obvious, there are women around you.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you want to take shots? Yeah, we're gonna take shots, and I could drink this and a third. Now it's like, baby girl,
what is it about being young and trying to prove that you can take more liquor than somebody, that we all just like, what's the point of it?
It's Darwin's theory. It's the survival of the fittest. That's all that shit is. That's literally all that shit is. It's like when it comes to weed, I'll smoke niggas. When it comes to liquor, I'll drink niggas. When it comes to fucking, I'll fuck. Bro, it's literally Darwin's theory.
We never know any of our limits at that point.
Never.
Like we're all just lying.
It's literally the biggest lie ever. Like, I could outdrink you, bro. You drink Arbor Mist. Who are you out drinking? And I'm talking to myself because I drunk Arbor Mist in college. I didn't start drinking Jameson until I graduated. Yeah. Like, so all my college friends who see me now, like, nigga, you drink pina colada.
So you know what it was? I used to drink like Mike Hard lemonades, and like in high school, and I was some like badass drinker. I was like,
I was drinking wine coolers. Like
I could drink anybody under the table. I could say like a shot or something.
Yeah.
But like if you throw some like
Hennessy,
you throw some Zimas on the table. Some Mike Hards, you know what I mean?
I got that.
Some Four Loko. Oh, remember the OG Four Loko formula?
What?
Do you remember the OG Four Lokos? Who? I think this might be before your time.
Maybe.
Eden, do you remember the OG Four Lokos?
What what was actually the ingredient?
Yes. Like before.
Oh, no, yeah.
So kids who may not, who are listening to the show, who may not know what Four Loko is, there was a time in our rich history of drinking alcohol. And this was before your time, Jake.
You think?
Yeah.
Yes. There was a time, the Four Loko that came out later in life, probably by the time you were drinking, was like stepped on. Like
the OG Four Lokos were pure.
They legitimately had to recall.
They had to recall the ones that we were drinking too.
Yeah, wait, so wait, time out. So how old are you that you started drinking the OG Four Lokos?
I don't know if I drank the OG Four Lokos.
He's not talking about the ones that we drink.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's no way.
But there were ones like 3 years ago that got called back.
Okay.
No, I remember that. I remember that time.
This is before that.
Yeah,
this is
way before that.
So the original Four Loko formula, I don't know what the fuck that was in that, but I think it was the caffeine because it was a mix of like the liquored up beer juice, whatever.
It's like steroids and alcohol.
It was like horse tranquilizer.
My nigga, it was horse tranquilizer. It was E&J.
Yeah. It was whatever was in Erykah Badu's incense.
Bro, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
I knew you was going there.
You beat me to
it. Yo, I don't know what was in those OG Four Lokos.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
That was good, man. It got there. It got there. It got there. It got where we needed to get, man. I love you for it.
Look at those OG Four Lokos.
Yeah.
Like every single person that I knew that got like either drunk off of them or like bodied off of them, they either got into a fight.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know what it was. Or passed out.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was about those OG Four Lokos. It was like fucking gosh, what was that movie? It was like Pootie Tang.
Bro, but I think what it was is
when they sold products to the man and like for some reason just made everybody extra violent.
I think what it was is because one, they were so like no, like the thing was no, you can't. Don't drink these. Don't drink these. Don't drink these. It's like drinking Everclear. It's like yo, don't ever drink.
Oh God, Everclear.
My parents drank that shit. Oh. Like them niggas are crazy too.
Everclear is truly rocket fuel.
Literally.
Like you could start a go-kart with that shit. Like, before that vroom.
But like before locals were so like banned and talked down on, like the kids like us, we were like, nah, let's go get a case. Let's go get a case. Like we weren't drinking hard liquor at that time, so Four Loko was the medium.
Yeah.
So we were like, nah, we gonna drink Four Loko, bro. That shit put a hole in my stomach. That shit was the worst.
You know what's crazy? The older you get, right? You really truly realize how fucked up like these alcohol companies are, right?
Bro, they sold it pure to us. And we were like, Four Loko?
I'm like, they got fruit flavor liquor.
We were like, what?
Wow. It tastes just like Kool-Aid.
Bro, it was like the first time you saw Kool-Aid. They have grape?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like, you don't know.
This is right up my alley.
It's like, nah, like, you know, ain't no goddamn adults drinking no Four Loko.
What? I've never seen an adult drink Four Loko.
And nobody ordering.
Seen an adult drink Four Loko.
No, in my life.
Only shit I see adults drink is E&J, fucking Hennessy, and Goldschlager. Like,
even then.
Even
Do they
then.
serve Four Lokos at bars?
No,
they did not.
Like imagine you go to order your medium rare steak at a dinner. Like, you know, the grape Four Loko goes great with this porterhouse. It's like, it's never happened in the history of life, yo. Like they were literally kids, we want to get you drunk.
They served the Four Lokos at like the gas stations and then like the bars that served halfway as a liquor store.
Yes,
that's where you can find the Four Loko at, and on college campuses.
God damn.
Like if we're gonna kill somebody, let's kill these college kids.
Of course. There has to be a bar out there that sold Four Loko, though. There has to be.
Well, it came in well, yeah. I mean, every beer.
I'm sure somebody came. I'm sure somebody who was working the marketing at Four Loko one day was like, "Yo,
Four Loko, come through with the pod sponsorship."
Yo,
if you go to the depths of Nebraska,
no, we focus truly hard seltzer all day, every day, man.
Yeah. If you go to the depths of Nebraska or like the depths of like South Carolina, I guarantee you they sell that shit to this day right now.
One of these hick towns gotta sell. Like,
hell yeah!
I'll take a yellow Four Loko on the rocks.
Wait, Gainesville, Alabama, like
shake and not stir.
We got a new flavor for you.
Crazy, bro.
Order a Four Loko. Just for the fucks, like I'm going to order a Four Loko with a steak.
On the rocks, yo.
I'm gonna go and buy me a porterhouse. I'm gonna get some Four Loko. I'm gonna get like a fancy.
First of all, do you know how
cocktail.
big? Oh, not porterhouse. Porterhouse is not. I'm thinking of
Porterhouse
tomahawk.
is big.
Yeah, I'm thinking tomahawk though.
Tomahawk's big.
Yeah, tomahawk.
Oh,
Huge.
I love me a good tomahawk.
Yo, Four Loko, like the white folks were treating Four Lokos like Puffle Street and Ciroc. Got a new flavor. Take that.
Yo, I want to go to a party. Like the first party I go to, like. Like, shit's fucked up in the world when you're thinking about like the first party you go to and like what the circumstances are gonna be. Where it's like, yo,
I'm trying to die at the first party I go to.
Yeah.
Like I don't want no recollection.
That first girl that comes out with sparklers and bottles and Four Loko.
Four Loko. It's got to be Four Loko and grape Ciroc.
Absolutely. Oh, grape Ciroc. Jesus Christ. Oh.
I love this. Now I love this podcast.
I'm so fucking washed, though. Like even the smell, like certain smell. We were talking about like how
certain liquor I just can't.
Smells are like the strongest scent tied to memory, yo. Like just thinking about like how Smack City Four Loko used to take me.
Certain,
like, who the fuck? Who thought us? Like whose idea was it to be like? You know what Red Bull needs? You know what Red Bull needs? Like. Something that tastes like jet fuel, but will fuck you up. That's all Four Loko was. Yeah. Four Loko's like, do you want to have energy, but you want to beat women? Try Four Loko.
Say less with Kaz does not endorse.
Do you want to party?
Kaz, read the fucking room.
Do you want to party, but you want to throw somebody out of a bar window at the end of the day?
Drink Four Loko.
Drink Four Loko.
It's like America. It's like, you don't believe racism is dead, right? Vote for Trump. Let's put it on a big screen. It's literally the same shit.
It's like,
I can't wait to get canceled.
Do you have a Confederate flag on the back of your truck? And you don't want anyone telling you when or where to drink? Drop Four
Loko. Cut us a fucking check, Four Loko.
Oh my god.
Nah, that was a time. That was a time. That definitely was a time. I can't. Jameson and tequila, like that, it just stops there. Like everything else. I mean, I was drinking a lot of vodka at your crib. That shit was good.
Do you love Kool-Aid, but you want your head to feel like a Funkmaster Flex record?
Here's Four Loko.
You know what I'm saying, New York City?
Bro, a Four Loko hangover is like a fucking Funk Flex premiere.
Yo, Four Loko hangover is the Otis premiere. Be clear, New York. I'm fucking drunk. You know what I mean?
Yo, because I know that night.
I
remember that night.
Yo, greatest flex moment ever, by the way.
One of the greatest flex moments ever.
The greatest Funkmaster flex moment
but
ever.
But my nigga, like looking back on that was a fucking headache. The way he was dealing with that record.
Yo,
that was a
people
fucking
don't understand. All right, if you live in New York, you will 1,000,000% remember that moment.
Yeah.
Like it's such a moment to this day. Every time like the Otis anniversary comes out, like the Funk Flex premiere goes
always comes
viral
up in the conversation.
Again.
Yeah, it always comes up in the conversation.
Because like that portion of that was literally New York City for 4 days straight. When you turn on I-97, they literally played that song non-stop.
Bro, I never told anybody this.
Oh gosh,
I never told anybody this, but the night he was supposed to premiere it, I'm on.
You had the record.
No, I didn't have the record. But I acted like I had the record. So what I was doing was I was on a date that night. I remember too.
Okay.
No, I had to go to an event.
Okay.
So when I got word that the record was coming out, I went to my car. So I'm listening to Funk Flex in the car. This is like maybe 30 minutes before it comes out. I start tweeting like lyrics
Oh, God.
As if they're from the record.
Okay.
And niggas are like, you have it? I'm like, I'm tweeting
coy,
bro.
like,
I'm tweeting.
What would you like to
know, bro? I'm tweeting bullshit lyrics, and niggas are biting like, "Yo, Low has it. Low has it." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "No, I don't."
Oh, God,
Y'all niggas are just fucking gullible to think that. And I guess whatever I was writing was fly as fuck because niggas is like hashtag Otis. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't have.
The Black Era days was fun, bro.
Oh my God, it was so fun.
Motherfuckers was treating new records like they were
That
like.
was so fun. I never told anybody that story. I was in the car tweeting lyrics like, nigga, he's got it. I'm like, no, I don't.
Oh gosh,
Don't have the record.
you know what? I did that with Watch the Throne.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I did have like I knew some songs on there.
Oh, okay.
But like that used to be like such a badge of honor though. Like if you could tweet a lyric before the song dropped in the blog era.
Oh, niggas like, yeah, I used to do that shit all the time.
You was that dude.
Before I dropped the record, I would tweet a lyric from it.
For sure.
And then niggas be like, yo, he's got it.
Yo, he's got the song, son.
Right.
He's got the song.
But then that was the one time I didn't have a record.
God damn. I used to do that a lot with like Watch the Throne. Did that with a lot of Wale records. I did that with
a lot of J records that I had.
A lot of J records. I feel like I had some Ross records too.
Like Kanye records as well.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like
yeah, there was a lot of that shit. But that's how you tease the record. That's how you let people, without saying it, that's how you tease the record.
That's how you got your blog popping. You had to let people know you was on the inside.
Yeah, that's how it was with me. Like,
I got these joints.
I got some records coming out. But that was a good time.
Man, it must be nice.
It was fun. That shit was fun.
The blog era, people will never understand. Like,
you'll never understand what that was like coming up. Especially like being a person that people didn't know.
Right.
Like I wasn't when I am now. Not to sound like this big shit, but like I wasn't, people that recognize.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that shit, I was
Big
just like, people were like, "Who the fuck is this low key kid?" And I'm just like dropping records, tweeting lyrics, like, posting albums before they got released. So it's like that shit was just like
the motherfucker, the
so
shit,
fun.
The shit people used to do, they'd take a picture of the track list with the artwork, with the play button, like, enjoying this before the world. Wait till the world hears this one. Gonna shut shit down.
I'm trying to think of the tactics aside from tweeting lyrics that I use to let people know. Cause like I know what I did. I had the shit on.
Let's go.
I had
damn, bless me. Fuck y'all.
Oh, bless you. My fault. I'm trying to tell my fucking story. You fucking over here COVID and shit.
Yeah, y'all niggas. That's what I'm saying. Y'all so scared of COVID. I can't even say bless you.
No,
Thank
nigga,
you,
no. Fuck that. You've been dropping everything today, bro. What's up?
Yo, let me tell you something. I went to the gym for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I'm still sore. So I literally, if anybody's noticed, like I have not stretched out my arms. Like I reached for the button like this. I was like, yo, once my arms reach like right, I'm like,
Oh, you went to an actual gym.
I went to an actual gym.
That's why you're sneezing.
Yeah. Fuck you. I ain't got that shit.
No,
right?
I'm playing. It's not.
Is it hot in here?
But no, like I had this.
Can't even taste this Jameson anymore.
I had this series. I had this series called "This Change Your Diaries."
I'm kidding. I'm fine.
Like, stop playing, bro. Anyway, I had this series called.
If I do have COVID, this is gonna look so fucked up.
Yeah, it really is. Like, edit the shit out, Ed.
Edit the COVID out.
Edit the COVID out. But anyway, so I had this series called "This Change Your Diaries," where I had exclusive songs, and then the flip cams.
Right.
I would record myself listening to the record in the car, and then I would.
But they couldn't hear the song.
No, they heard the song, but they couldn't get the song. So then I would put it on Twitter and be like, yo, new episode of This Change Your Diaries. And it would be me listening to an exclusive song that no one had. So that's how I would like tease records that I had. I would do that.
I was so good at either. So here's the thing, right? I wouldn't get exclusives like you got exclusives.
Yeah.
Only time I would get like any sort of exclusives back in the day is if like I was working on a story with an artist, like my source days, or I just like happened to be in the studio.
Yeah.
Or like at like a listening, like the listening session lyrics, like that was the first way you used to go like viral back in the blog.
You had to catch it though.
Yeah, like
you had to pay close attention.
You're at the session, like they're playing a song, and it's like, oh,
that's the lyric. That's
so,
that's the lyric.
Like if somebody got dissed or shouted out, or somebody got
you never
like
wanted to tweet it the wrong way because if it happened, then
see, now that happened to me once.
Oh, it did.
Like I tweeted out the wrong lyric. Like I forgot what it was. But that artist got tight at me.
Oh, he did?
Not tight. He's like, nah, son, I didn't say that shit.
I didn't say that shit. Nah, it's always, you always got to be careful about like what you tweet and what you say, because I remember I was at Jadakiss's his last album and he played Hunting Season.
Okay.
And I'm listening to it and I'm like, Push a Verse comes on.
Okay.
And I heard it and I'm like, did he? But they didn't play it back.
Okay.
But I heard the
wait, this who? What do you think he
when
did?
Push this Drake.
Oh, okay. I remember this.
And I heard the lyric, but I didn't catch it fast enough, but I heard it. And so when I heard it again on the album, I'm like, okay, I did hear it correctly. Okay. But that's why I kind of reeled back. I'm like, that's the wrong. It's pushing my man too, so I didn't want to. It's a touchy. That shit up.
It's a touchy situation. Yeah, like, I've been. Okay. You were with me the session for was it My Name Is My Name? I think Combat Jack was there.
Was it that round table we did?
Round table.
Yeah, I was there.
We was there for My Name Is My Name.
It was Combat, Mikey, me, you.
I think Daytwan.
Daytwan was there.
Samia.
Yeah.
All those folks. I was at the listening session for Taylor Alderdice. One of my favorite mixtapes. Was
that in the studio?
It was at Jungle. Yeah,
I was there for that too.
Yeah. I was there for that too. God damn! Like, ever sit back and think like records that you heard?
We went to a lot of sessions.
Gosh. Okay. I was at the first. What else? I think it was Nothing Was the Same. Listening session. I didn't go to that one. I think it was. It was either Nothing Was the Same, or no, it wasn't Nothing Was the Same. It was yeah, it was Nothing Was the Same. I was. Yeah, it was. That was another one.
The best one I've ever been to. Best one I've ever been to was Watch the Throne.
Oh,
Planetarium.
Oh,
Planetarium.
You could film a movie.
That was a documentary
from the Watch the Throne listening sessions. All right, so let's take people back.
Yeah,
I remember Big Sean's first album was coming out, right? A few weeks before. Kanye was the executive producer. If anybody ever sees an old picture of me and Kanye and my guy Sean,
that was when he had the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes, Dallas Mavericks snapback. Yeah. So, Hit Boy was my man's.
Yeah.
And we got the invite to this Big Sean listening session, I want to say in Midtown Manhattan. And it was like, it's hosted by Kanye West. I'm like, all right, I'm sure Kanye is really going to be here. Kanye shows up.
Yeah.
Comes, talks about a couple songs. He's like, yo, wish I could stay longer, but we got a Throne to go watch. Oh, so everybody in the listening session goes crazy. Yada, 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 leaves, right? A few weeks later, everybody's been talking about this like mythical Watch the Throne album. Because like up until Kanye like said it at that point, I still didn't think it was really happening. You know what I mean? And then we started hearing about the fucking the Mercer and people like renting out studios here and there and like hearing about like all the producers and artists coming in. So then finally, the invites go out.
Yeah.
Watch the Throne. Liberty State. Was it Liberty Center?
Nah, Planetarium.
Liberty Center Planetarium.
Yeah. It was like on 86 or something like that.
It was like, if anybody, gosh, it was the best listening session I've ever been to in my life. So first off, you needed to know somebody to get in there, right? And there was a line, right? Because they put it online too. So like it was all the writers, all like the influencers,
like
the bloggers,
DJs.
And then it was just A-listers throughout the ass. Like anybody who even touched the album was there, right? So it's in a planetarium. You had like an assigned seat. And this is like early blog days. Like we done learned from the low-key rule.
11, 12?
Yes.
Yeah.
We done learned from the low-key rule. No phones in
Which
there.
I still haven't told that story, so we'll tell that story later.
We'll tell it one day.
Yeah.
And, we're sitting there and like me and Hit Boy was like super cool at that point. And we still are. But like, at that point, like that was my man, 100 grand. So we sitting there like, yo, man, I did all these joints for them. Like I'm hoping... You know what I mean?
At the point, he didn't know what had made the album.
Nobody knew what made the album at that point. Like it was the first time
anyone's hearing it.
Playing joints. And then, it's a planetarium. So the first time we hear Liftoff, it's like,
And you got to, if you've never been to planetarium to paint the picture, like when you look up in the sky, it's like fucking the galaxy. So it's nothing but stars and planets. So like we're all sitting here just like this, looking up, right?
And mind you, it's like Tata's here, Beyonce's
like,
there.
We're not looking like they're not even talking, like they just play the records. So that's imagine that atmosphere. Yeah, looking up and hearing fucking niggas in Paris for the first time.
Oh, the first time I was getting to that point. They rolling me over. The first time they played Niggas in Paris, right? So like we hear the fucking Blades of Glory. We go say the one song, like, and everybody started slowly in the chairs. All of a sudden you see Tata dancing down the aisles like. You see Beyonce dancing out. The first time everybody just gets out their seat and they start playing it over and over. Like after the album's done, they play it again. I look over at Hit Boy. He's like, "Yo, this shit is crazy. They really fucking with this shit." And I think that was the point where they started like, "Oh, this is it." Yeah. So like now you go to the live shows. When they did the live shows.
That was a thing.
Over and over. Again. Yeah.
That I think that was like I think that was like one of my favorite moments in hip hop, just period. But then that particular night was very special to me because I went with Jazz.
Yeah.
And me and Jazz had like kind of like during the reception, me and her had broke off, and like we're just sitting there just like looking at everyone like coming in and out of the room. Right. So like Jay and Kaiser and Pekkas and Hid and Ye, like people are just getting drinks, going in and out the room, and we're just like sitting there like on this little makeshift stoop. And she says to me, she was like, "Yo, like look at the company you're around."
Yeah.
Like look at the company you're around. Like you said, early blog day. So like my transgression is just like it's going up. She was like, "This is your takeoff."
Yeah.
Like this is,
and it was
no, she's not even the takeoff. She was like, "You're on the runway." Yeah. This is you on your runway, right? So then every time me and her had a moment of like success, then we would be like, all right, put your seatbelt on. All right, get ready for takeoff. All right, we're going up. All right, we've reached 30,000. But then when something bad would happen, we'd be like, all right, it's a little turbulence, but we still in the air. And then like when like big things happen, when she got like her shows and shit, I'd be like, all right, you're coasting. You coasting, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we always, whenever we had our conversations, we always resorted back to that moment.
Right.
Like the takeoff, looking out the window, putting your seatbelt on, ordering your drink. But we would always compare our success to a plane ride, to flights. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that moment is always going to be, that night is always going to be success, just like so special because just how we position that conversation. So anybody, when you're in a room or you're surrounded by shit, just look at the company that's around you.
Yeah. You're never there by accident.
Yeah, she would always tell me that.
Don't ever feel like you're there by accident, bro.
Because I asked her, I'm like, yo, what am I doing here? She's like, nigga, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like
this, and that's a hard thing a lot when you're younger.
Yeah. At that point in my career, I didn't understand it.
I was in a similar situation. Like I was still, I think, at, want to say Source? Yeah. I was still at the Source back then. And anytime I'd be in these rooms with these people I've watched on TV my whole life, people I've looked up to, people I've like, yo, if this guy just knew who I was, just knew my name, I'd be, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I never felt like, I mean, deep down inside, like I wanted to feel like I belonged, but I was always just like always nervous. Like, damn, do I even belong here? You're never there by accident. You're never there by accident, man. Like whatever circumstances that has put you in the positions that you're supposed to be in, when you make it to one of these rooms, you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there. And I always remember that listening session so fondly because like so many things in my life, like, and I think for both of us too. I feel like that was one of those moments where like we would always talk about like, I mean, you know, back in the day when blogs were everything, like we would just hear about these events. Yeah. Like, yo, such and such had
something tonight. Like you come in like,
or we'd either sneak in, or like knew somebody at the door, or you know, somebody
just
was
about to look at a drawer.
Somebody saw us outside, like, oh, Kaz and Lowkey, come. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it wasn't until like a little bit after that that was like, yeah, we need you here.
Right.
You're coming here.
Right.
Like, yo, I'm making sure you get this invite.
Yeah.
And I say all that to say, man, like, I'm glad you said that what you said about making sure those rooms that you get into, even when you don't feel like you're supposed to be there, you know you belong there.
And I wish I could tell this story about the On the Run after party.
Oof.
Obviously I'm not, but it's just like
NDAs.
It just goes. I've
got a lot of NDA stories I can't share.
But it goes to the sentiment of being in rooms with people, and it's just like sometimes you look around like, yo, what the fuck? Like now I have a different perspective. Like, yeah, we're supposed to be here because we're nice. We do what we do. But it's just like, yo. The
first time it hits you, it's a little overwhelming.
It's like
the first time it hits you when you're just like, gosh, I was in a room with Miss NDA herself one day, and I was just like,
the fuck?
Am I supposed to be?
Yeah, am I supposed to be
like, yes, like you're a trusted, yes, you know what I mean, like. But still, I didn't say shit.
I'm taking that story. I'm taking that story to the grave.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Taking that story to the grave.
But like, it's one of those things where, man, if you, it's a great button on the beginning of the podcast of, you know, us talking about like knowing your purpose and like walking in it, and you know how that's a gift, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are just kind of like going by the seat of their pants. And like,
right.
There's pain in losing, but like a lot of times when those trees are cut down, your vision's a lot sharper.
A lot sharper.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot clearer.
And a lot of times your vision can't get sharp unless you see it. Like there's so much importance in seeing something before you get
the clarity of it as well. Like if you don't have clarity of shit, then it's just like, it's like looking at a foggy ass diamond. Like, what's the clarity of this situation?
Yeah.
What's the clarity of this this object? Like, is it worth it? Is it important? Is it gonna, give me fulfillment? So like, always understand clarity and have clarity with whatever you do.
Yeah, I truly believe you can't get somewhere until you see it or see it done first.
Yeah,
and I think we'll close the show with this. I think that's the power of Chadwick Boseman, bro. Like, I truly believe that was his power. Like, I did not see the things growing up that he's going to leave for this next generation. Like, I didn't see black superheroes. I didn't see wealthy black superheroes. Yeah. I didn't see our heroes, like, I didn't see, like, historical movies about them, about the Jackie Robinsons, about the James Browns, about that. Now people are going to make movies about him. And now people are going to see.
We've seen them, but I think with us now, we're starting to really like. Just I got parents. My parents took me to see Malcolm X. As a kid, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch like Superman. Some shit.
Right.
So now that I'm older, I'm like that. I get why they did that.
People need to
understand the importance of them sitting me down in the middle of them. Like, you're gonna watch this and understand what significance this man had in America.
Bro, I'm sorry. Young black kids needed to see heroes or idols on screen that weren't slaves, that weren't shucking and jiving, that weren't cooning. You know what I'm saying? He was the complete opposite of that. And as talented as that man was, his unfortunate passing has made him an iconic, legendary figure and status for people to look towards and be like, well, I've seen that. I've seen that you could become this type of legend or this type of icon, because he did it. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed to have seen him do his thing for as long as he did, man.
And like
super blessed.
And like I said, man, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, but there are legends that are still living.
Yep.
There are legends that are putting in the work. There are legends that are leaving their mark on the game, whether it's politics, whether it's, health, whether it's sports, whether it's movies, whatever the case is, there are people that look like you and me that are still leaving their mark. So whoever you admire, respect, love, go ahead, give them their bouquet, whatever it is.
This you, King?
This you, King. This your accomplishment. This your accomplishment.
This you, bro.
This your accomplishment. Yeah.
You dropped this, bro. Hand him his crown.
But nah, man, give them their flowers now. Give our queens their flowers now. Our queens are doing, what they got to do to help us black men survive and tell our stories. But just us as black people, let's just push each other up, put each
It's a
other
tough
on our
time.
show. It's a very tough time.
It's a tough time. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's been easy.
No, not at all.
To deal with all this shit in the past 2 years. You know what I mean? If you're someone who, you know, is feels like you lost a hero, feel like you lost somebody important to you in the past couple of years, just know that hero that you're looking for, that idol that you look for on TV or screens, whatever, he could be a teacher. He could be somebody, or he could be your brother. He could be one of your friends. He could be somebody right next to you. Don't wait until it's too late to let them know how much they mean to you, how much you care about them, and what they've done for you personally, or vice versa, to, you know,
it could be your next door neighbor, and you see how great of a father or great of a mother that person is. And you want to be that person one day. Be like, yo, listen, man, I see what you're doing for your kids, and I know it's difficult. I know it's rough out here, but I admire and I respect your hustle, and I respect your love that you give out. So, bro, this is, like I said, it's not limited to people that we can't touch. This is extended to the people that we can and love and respect. So, go out there, give a hug, give a dap, give a flower, give
love
a drink.
on your people, bro.
Love on your people, my nigga.
Love on your people, man.
That's all I can say.
Jake, do we got some quick hitters, or are we good?
We can go quick hitters through basketball if you
Let's
want.
quick hit.
All right.
Let's go.
So the Clippers just beat the Mavericks to send them to the next series.
All right, shout out the Clippers, man.
Shout out the Clippers.
This time last week we were getting our yucks off, but they did what they had to do.
They did what they had to do.
They did what they had to do.
And then we had
Without Porzingis, but we're not
we
gonna
had
get there.
LeBron and Melo last night, their last possible battle.
Beautiful moment. Beautiful
was
moment.
hooping.
Melo was hooping. I think that was the way I wanted. That's the way I wanted to see him go out in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Showing the world he still got it. He's going to be a free agent this year. I know he wants to stay in Portland.
Say he wants to stay in Portland, right?
No, he wants to stay in Portland.
Why wouldn't they?
He's going to have his suitors. There's going to be people
Where does
that
he fit better?
Somebody gonna try to come and get him.
I believe he stays in Portland. I believe it stays in Portland. But it was dope, man. Like, it's crazy seeing LeBron and Melo being like these old, like the elder statesmen. Like, when I used to
do their thing,
growing up with like LeBron and Melo, like in the LeBron and Melo era, is crazy to think about, because it's like these two guys were the epitome of like young greatness when I was like high school basketball being on TV was not a thing. I mean, like here and there they show like some McDonald's games, and like there sometimes it show like somebody, but like Bron and Melo being on like ESPN, like before they even touched the college court, like people knew who they were. Like they were, you know, before they even touched the NBA court. Like I'm talking about, you couldn't find two more hyped players coming into the league in league history than LeBron and Melo.
It's
you know,
crazy.
Shout
They've been
to
on
Melo.
TV since like 2001.
Since 2001, bro.
It's like
That
watching
is-
those two go head to head.
It's crazy, and I feel like they complement each other so much. You know what I'm saying? Like Melo's the bully bucket getter, Bron's like this like virtuoso passer / scorer / defender thing. Like it's crazy that like this might be the last time we see them in like a game of like true consequence. I hope it's not. I hope, you know, Melo stays in. Melo absolutely looks like he's got a couple more years left in him.
Melo's got
He's far and away still a very, you know what I mean? It almost makes you wonder, like, goddamn, do the Lakers throw some money at him?
I was about to suggest that too, but I don't know basketball.
Listen, if I'm Melo, listen, we've shown the world that you still got it. Now there's going to be a couple of contenders that's going to be like, he's the piece. We need somebody to get the ball to and get us a bucket when things go haywire.
Who do they give up though if they make that acquisition?
No, he'll be a free agent this year.
Oh, he's
a free agent. He signed for chump change to be on Portland.
Oh, okay, all right, never mind.
Whatever.
I don't
but
think he'll cost like he won't be.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna cost an arm and a leg, or
Nah, he ain't gonna cost
He's
us
just
a
gonna
ton of
want
money.
like something above minimum. I
Word.
think.
yeah.
But fuck all the nerds that almost kept Melo out the league, man. For real. I'll never forgive you guys for that shit. Motherfucking stat geeks and nerds that will crunch the numbers like, yeah, you know, Melo's not really that efficient. Well, the fuck up.
Defensive rating.
Watch the game.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
Why do we always use that voice when we're talking about nerds?
Because that's how they all sound. You never see them nerds talking.
I've been feeling bad for them. I'm like, damn, like they can't help how they talk.
Listen, those fucking geeks almost kept one of the greatest bucket getters I've ever seen in my life
I was trying to save y'all, man.
away from the game he loves, man. And I'll never let them I'll never forgive them for that shit.
I get it.
But shout out to Melo, man. What a comeback. Way to shut the haters up. Win, lose, or draw. He's shown that he is still a premier basketball player on the planet.
Yeah.
Give Melo his flowers and apologize, God damn it.
Perkins got to apologize to Kyrie too.
Right, because
we don't
of
need to get into that, but but give Kyrie his flowers while he's here.
Good for you, Perk.
Celtics beat the Raptors today. Who you guys got on that series?
Oh, I've had either the Celtics or the Bucks coming out the East.
Bucks Heat, right?
Yeah, before the bubble started, I had the Celtics coming out of the East. I don't know. I mean, like I feel like
Lowry's back.
Talent for talent.
He was out?
He was out for...
Who's back?
Lowry.
Kyle
Lowry.
He was out for that.
They got smacked today, too, the
By
Raptors.
18.
Stung it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like they have the most talented team in the East. Like the Celtics absolutely have the most talent in the East. And I would...
Over the Bucks?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like player for player, they match up with anybody. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they won it all this year.
Do we think what happened with the strike impacts basketball at all?
Yeah, I think so. I think a team like the Clippers needed that.
A break?
I think they needed a mental break. I think a lot of teams needed that mental break. I mean, I can't speak on being in the bubble, but like I can imagine it's not easy. Imagine like playing nonstop and having cameras all there and getting tested a million times a day and all this type of stuff. I can imagine.
I told y'all niggas that them niggas was going to crack at some point, or it was going to affect their play. I knew that shit was going to happen. Like the same ritual, the same routine, like that shit is going to make a nigga go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe it helped bring a lot of teams together.
The Bucks were the championship favorite on Tuesday when Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vegas by Friday after the strike, it was like the Clippers, Lakers, and then the Bucks.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I still got you put a gun to my head. I still feel like the Lakers figure it out because AD's on another planet and always has been, and he's the one.
night.
Yeah, he's the one dude that like you can't account for on any team. Like you just don't like. He does everything. So, and he got LeBron James. Like I still think they figure it out somehow, but I do think it helped. I do think the time off gave him time to reflect and refocus on the goal at hand, and I think it worked out. What else we got, Jake?
Let's see. Other than a couple of the games that were kind of insignificant, Bucks advanced. Then we got the Rockets and OKC. Rockets are up 3-2 now, right?
Okay.
They'll play tomorrow. And then the series that I've been enjoying watching a lot is the Jazz and Nuggets.
What is that? Are they done yet?
The 3-2, the Jazz
Game tonight?
Game tonight at 8:30. So this will be yesterday.
They got Gary Harris coming back today for Denver.
I believe so, yeah.
They
But
got,
Jamal Murray and
Jamal
Donovan
Murray's
Mitchell
been
have
nuts. Donovan Mitchell's been going nuts.
That's
Mitchell's
fun.
been turning into like a real superstar. Like Murray's
comparing
been
him to D-Wade.
getting buckets. Yeah, I've always said coming out of college, he remind me. Well, his rookie year, I wouldn't say coming out of college because I didn't think he'd be this good. But like first year, I was like, yeah, he has a lot of weight in him. Same sort of stocky build, like scoring guard, explosive. Like I can see
Good
that.
leader.
But sounds good, man. But we'll see. We'll see who wins that. Versus Brandy, Monica. Who you got?
I got Monica.
You got Monica?
I got Monica. They match up Billboard wise, pretty much the same.
What's the score?
Ooh, good question. I will go 14. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be big close.
So what would it be?
I would go.
What do you think?
First off, I got Brandy winning.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be 12-8. I go 12-8 Brandy. Only because I think Brandy's gonna pull out.
I don't think she should play Moesha. I didn't put it on the cheat sheet.
Now realizing my responsibility is me.
So you know Moesha, but you don't know Boy Is Mine.
On the mind. Wanna be down, come on.
You don't know.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
You know Moesha, but you don't know the Boy Is
Gotta
Mine.
move Mo to the E to the Moesha. No,
I didn't put that on the cheat sheet.
Netflix cheated. I watched it on Netflix so much I gotta like down and pat again.
I got Monica 13-7.
I think Brandy has a lot of sleeper hooks that people sleep on. Like Brandy's
Monica
gonna pull
got
out
a lot of culture joints, bro.
Yeah, like,
that's
I think-
hard to beat. When
I
it's
think the Missy run with Monica may put over the top.
easy.
Like
You can't play knock knock. You got to save knock knock and so going
oh,
to the bottom.
yo.
Those are the big jokers.
Knock Knock is my favorite Monica record by far.
That's a fire
by
record.
far because it reminds me. Damn, it reminds me of good old Kanye era.
Those were
Remember?
great. Missy produced some of those too. Well, they produced half and half with
Stop
those.
knocking. Don't come knocking.
But yeah, I'm going Monica. I'm going Monica.
I think Brandy sneaks it, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a.
So I mean, like we said earlier, Cheat Sheet is available on Apple Music. 65 songs of beautiful Brandy and Monica tunes from their first albums till current, up to date. You know, Brandy got her new shit out, Borderline. So go stream that on Apple Music or whatever your streaming service is. But I would love to see more females. I want to see a rap duo or rap battle between. I don't know who, and I don't want to start no shit, but I would like to see it. So
two women.
Yeah, two.
I'd like to see.
Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott.
Nah,
I don't want to see Lauryn.
You know what I want to see? I want to see two like different.
Two styles.
Two different styles. Like give me
eras.
Lauryn Hill versus Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Give me that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
want to say Lauryn Hill versus Missy, but Missy catalog is way too fucking extensive.
Yeah,
Like way
I
too
can see that.
extensive.
I can see that. I want to see Kim in the battle because I feel like motherfuckers don't give Kim her credit.
They do.
I mean, like when these battles come up, like I feel like nobody talks about like who can see her. I feel like Missy's always top of the list for people. Like, oh, we got to see Missy.
Yeah.
I'm like, people forgot about Lil Kim. Like,
I mean, who
people
do you
forgot,
put her against? You can't put her against Trina.
Queen Latifah.
No.
Yo, if she.
Nah, don't do that. No.
Lil Kim versus Nicki Minaj. She won't do it. Well, she's
That's a great idea.
That no,
She's
I'm
on
not.
maternity
I wouldn't be
leave, I
mad at
think.
that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yo,
Actually,
Kim versus Nicki for the verses.
That's a crazy.
but that's
style.
also a huge generational gap.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like for the culture,
That'd be fire.
that would be it. That would be like,
The net would burn down that night.
oh,
The net would burn down, and I would specifically go to Brooklyn just to watch that shit.
I would.
I'd find somewhere in Brooklyn to watch that shit.
Don't die. Don't see the classic. Don't buy.
But no, we would like to see more
Another
females.
murdered.
Some
Nobody
rap-
see nobody heard it. Just another funeral service. Niggas will get at you.
Rihanna, Beyonce.
Damn. Rihanna, Beyonce. Ugh.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
But that'd be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
right.
That's too. You don't
People
get that
pay
for
for
free.
it.
You don't get Rihanna, Beyonce for free. Yo. You don't even
Bro.
get Rihanna for free.
That'd be on HBO.
Yeah, I'll watch
That
it.
little bit of HBO documentary.
I'll watch it. I'll watch an HBO special. Rihanna versus Beyonce.
I'd pay for that.
We'll be
I'd watch that shit in a heartbeat.
Oh God, I think that's good for today.
Yeah, I think we straight.
I think we're straight, guys. Thank you so much for watching Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. Like I say each and every week, if you enjoy this podcast, please don't just subscribe to it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like it. Comment
Yeah.
it. Give me 5 stars.
Yeah.
Rate us.
Yeah.
All those things add up. I am supremely motivated by numbers. So anytime we're high on rankings, I'm really happy about that. So please do that as much as you can. Subscribe to youtube.com/Kazim. And let's get those subscribers popping. Let's get those views up. Share the knowledge, share the wealth. If you enjoy the show, tell a buddy. What's up?
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. We got a Discord. Shout out my man Jake. He putting that together. He's monitoring that and, hop in there. If you enjoy the podcast, if you enjoy everything we talk about in the show, hop in there. Some of the most loyal fans of the podcast are in there every day talking it up, discussing, enjoying it as much as possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a rough couple of weeks to be a black person, especially a black man, but what else is new? So I'll leave you by saying this. Love on your people. If you got somebody that you care about, tell them. Hug your people safely. And, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, man. I hope the people that were...
And Clifford Robinson as well.
Oh, my God. And Cliff Robinson and Lute Olson from Arizona. I know it's been a rough week for a lot of folks, but if you listen to this for the past 2 hours and at least smile just once, that's all you can ask for, man. So Like we say every week, stay safe, stay free, and always say less.
And wear your fucking mask.